All right, Her Voice is a Women Voice and Leadership Nigeria project, which is a 5-year project funded by Global Affairs Canada. Now, this project is aimed at tackling the barriers to gender balance and supporting the empowerment of women and girls through provision of financial and technical resources to local women's rights organizations in Nigeria. This intervention, which started in 2019, is designed to respond to the challenges faced by these organizations in their efforts to eliminate discrimination and rights violations in policy and legislation and the provision of services, as well as harmful social beliefs and practices. All right, so yesterday we kicked off this particular program, but because of due to network hitches, we couldn't hear our guest yesterday, who was Faris Obida from the Rahama Women Development Program. And, they came on to share with us their experiences, share with us their incredible journey and what they've accomplished in the past 5 years under this project. So since we couldn't have that, today we are back again with a representative from the Rahama Women Development Program, that's RWDP, to tell us all about what we were supposed to hear yesterday. All right, so now today we'll be highlighting 5 years of impact of the WVLN project, which is the Women Voice and Leadership Nigeria project. All right, by one of the women's rights organizations, that's Rahama Women Development Program, who benefited from this support from Action Aid and Global Affairs Canada. So joining me virtually is I have Johanna Yisa Diko, all right, from the Rahama Women Development Program, and of course he is joining me today to share more about the incredible journey, like I said earlier, and the accomplishments over the past 5 years under this project. Now, to be a part of this conversation, you can go ahead and call via the number 07000 917 917. Send us your thoughts via the number, the SMS or WhatsApp platforms on 070-317-56537. You can also listen live from any part of the world on www.wfm917.com. Do also follow us on all our social media platforms. All right, Johanna, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Hi, Johanna, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So thank you for joining us today. You're welcome to the program, Her Voice.
Thank you for having me on the program.
All right, so I'd want you to be a bit audible so we can hear you clearly.
Can you hear me right now?
Great. This is much better. Yes, much better. Thank you so much. All right. Now, Johanna, to start off the conversation, could you give us a brief overview of your organization and its mission in the community where you operate? That's Rahama Women Development Program. Give us a brief overview of Rahama and, of course, its mission in the community where it operates.
Okay. Rahama is an organization, a non-governmental organization, which was established since 1989.
Wow.
But it's 30 years plus right now. By a group of women who had a common vision to improve the lives of women in Bauchi State.
Okay.
Yes. And eventually by 2004 got registered with Corporate Affairs Commission. So it's basically focused on improving women's lives, ensuring that women are more, ensuring that women have a say in basically in open and closed spaces.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. That is truly impactful. For the past years, for so many years now, this foundation has been doing a lot to improve the voices of women, so women will be heard, and of course to make their lives better. This is definitely impactful. Now, can you share some specific examples of some of the work that has been done in Bauchi or the community where this foundation is situated under the WVNL project?
Yes. On the Women's Voices and Leadership Project, we focus basically on women economic empowerment, basically. And well, given the situation where here in Bauchi are limited, economically, because they can't access loans or can't access funding, making it difficult for any of their businesses to succeed. So we looked at the model of village savings and loans, where women come together, save money together, and then give themselves loans. Basically, those loans are for business scale-up. So it's basically targeting small women business owners who are into, whether farming, or other skills, basically, who need access to funding. We also provided them some training that basically also their leadership skills. And in fact, their coming together has actually improved the relationship between the women in those communities, because they feel a sense of togetherness. This is bringing, people from different religions and uniting them, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. This is definitely incredible to hear. Now, during the course of, all of this initiative and programs that Rahama has done in Bauchi, could you mention maybe a few challenges that, you were able, that you all joined hands together to overcome? Because I know sometimes some of these programs or initiative will come with its own challenge, and you're talking about humans. Sometimes before they open up to accept all of this, it could actually be a lot. So just let's go through some challenges that you experienced and how you were able to overcome it, all within this project.
Okay, yes. There were challenges. And one of them was, first of all, you see, here, because of the cultural and the religious bias, many communities are not very receptive of whatever you bring, because they think, some people actually think that you are trying to derail them from some of their usual practices. Well, also because people also think that anything that regards NGO or interventions, that their focus relies or turns to money. So if you're not giving them money, then they're not receptive of whatever you're coming to show them or teach them, or even the impact that you want to make in their lives. And so we basically, it's a show and tell. Now, if you see what other people who have received it and who have improved their lives, okay, so let me even just retrace. Now, what we did was to have videos of women whose lives had been impacted, short videos portraying exactly how it had impacted them, and then use those videos to show other women in different communities, those videos, and they were impressed, and now we're more receptive of whatever we're talking about at the point.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Johanna. This is Women Radio WFM.
Yes.
All right, this is Women Radio WFM 91.7, 15 minutes after 11 right here. And this is the program Her Voice. Now, Her Voice is the Women Voice and Leadership Nigeria program. And this is a 5-year project funded by Global Affairs Canada. Now, this project is aimed at tackling the barriers to gender balance and supporting the empowerment of women and girls through provision of financial and technical resources to local women's rights organizations in Nigeria, of which Rahama Women Development Program is part of. So today we are speaking to Johanna Yisa Diko of the Rahama Women Development Program, and he's sharing with us, their incredible journey and what they've been able to accomplish over the past 5 years, in this project. Now, that's definitely an incredible thing to hear, how you were able to overcome some of these challenges. Now, women, now how have these interventions, under this project, how has it impacted the community over the past 5 years?
Well, actually, in fact, we had a community where men initially were afraid of allowing their wives to join these programs, which we had. And the reason being, I think the fear was that, the women will have more money than they have, and then, they won't have, they have less control. But, we had other initiatives like capacity building in girls. There's a training which we provided, gender action learning systems, which basically involves women and men and even the rest of the family, and especially showing or portraying exactly their roles or everybody's role and how everybody can contribute to family development, economics, and basically showing who carries more weight in the family economics. So this now showed even the men how much contribution women can actually bring to family development. And so when they now understood that, then they were more receptive, allowing the women to actually. Now, in fact, we have videos of men who are even now saying, well, they want to join the program. We're like, it's a women's. Can't we create something for men?
I can imagine.
So, yes, it's encouraging, especially because of the interest that men have. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. It's interesting to hear that, the lives of women have been impacted to the extent that their families, especially their husbands, now get to see the difference, of this impact. It has made a positive impact this has brought to their families, that they also want to be part of it. So, but wait, Johanna, is there no plans for them? Because I'm sure that this is something you keep hearing over and over again because of the amazing impact that, has been felt in different families. Well, maybe in the future, I guess.
Well, actually, we set up something for sustainability, which is called village agents. So it's women who would actually create additional groups other than the ones that we have created. And basically, they look at the community, look at neighboring communities, and spread the word about village savings and loans, and showing them impact and how they can benefit from it. So those women, the village agents, actually women who were selected from the existing groups which we created. And basically, they are commissioned to be able to create even the men's groups So right now, there are some groups which have been formed, which include both male and female.
Okay.
But they're not actually under the Action Aid project, W project right now.
Okay. All right. So that's definitely amazing. That's definitely amazing. I like the fact that you put them into consideration and something is being, organized for them. So that's definitely interesting to hear. All right. So, but now this, I'm sure this particular project for the past 5 years has put Rahama Women Development in a better position to do more for these women. So, tell us about how this has actually made Rahama Women Development, organization to be much more, maybe to make it a bit bigger, or how this project has helped Rahama, a foundation to actually reach more women.
Well, to start with, because our modus is to impact the lives of women, everything, the capacity development, the funding, has actually helped to achieve some of our strategic goals. And the project has actually improved our systems, our monitoring mechanisms. It has helped us even gain additional funding for improving women's lives. Systemically, I would say a lot of gaps that we had in the past had been exposed because we do like arm exercises, basically showcasing exactly what the organization stands for, what our policies, and looking at where areas that need to be upgraded. So this is, having done that, it has positioned us or improved our ability to, especially with donor funding, grants.
Okay.
Is good.
All right. So that means this has put you in a better position, in a better place to access more grants and funding. All right. Thank you so much, Johanna. So just as we wrap this conversation up, what are the plans for Rahama Women Development moving forward? For the past 5 years, you have been under this project, and there has been tremendous, positive change in terms of, reaching out to more women and, making sure that you get to have the best come out from these women. So moving forward now, what are the plans for Rahama Women Development?
Well, Rahama basically intends to we intend for these women or these groups, if you get what I mean. So for them, BSLA groups, or we intend for them to turn into cooperatives, from cooperatives turn into NGOs and impact as well.
Okay.
So providing them support as a mother agent, but also showing them the ropes and helping them in all the challenges they will face in the future. We actually provide access to funding for women cooperatives through a microfinance. We provide. So we just try to empower these women so that they can reach a capacity where they are able to also repay the loans.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's have your final words before we go. What would you say about this project? Just your final words before we end the program.
Action Aid W leadership project has been an eye-opener. Majority of the challenge that women face. I am mainstreamed right now. I think it's important that people come the factors that affect women to be able to understand they go through, and for them to also that they can succeed together.
Okay.
Also be able to contribute to their family well-being, and that improves their voice, or rather their participation. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too for being a part of the program today.
Yeah.
All right, still have a great day and enjoy the rest of the day, and all the best to Rahama Women Development. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I wish you the same.
All right. So that's the voice of Johanna Isa Diko from Rahama Women Development Program, RWDP. All right, and they've been part of the Women Voice and Leadership Nigeria project for the past 5 years, funded by Global Affairs Canada. All right, so now on the 6th of April 2022, a federal high court sitting in Abuja ruled in favor of Nigerian women against the government for the failure to uphold the affirmative action proposing 35% inclusion of women in elective position in Nigeria. This course started since inception of the WVL project and was championed by Women in Politics Forum, 100 Women Lobby Group, Women Radio, FIDA, Nigerian Women Trust Fund, who are partners of the project, and other women groups. This goes a long way to reveal demonstrable evidence of how the WVL project is blazing the trail and advancing women's participation through multiple layers of funding and tailored capacity building support. Thank you once again to Johanna Misadiko, and thank you too for tuning in and listening to the program. Now, her voice condemns all forms of violence and discrimination against women and girls. Her voice is an initiative of Women Radio under the Women Voice and Leadership Project with support from Action Aid Nigeria with funding from Global Affairs Canada. Thank you to the team behind the production today. Executive producer Tomo Kewale Shonaya. We have the producers Taiwa Deleye, Nafisat Abdelaziz, and Aisha Sani. Until next time, my name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Do want to stay tuned to Women Radio WFM 91.7. Good morning.